this is Michael Cantrell, the CEO of Next Gen. We are at the International Motorsports Hall of Fame, and we're with Adam Stocks, who is the executive director. And I'm guessing that means you really wear more than one hat.
That means I get to wear cool shirts like this is what it means. Yeah, there's so many things here. 30,000 square feet plus of buildings. We've got over 130 vehicles. If it's got tires, we pretty much have one of those, if not several, and we're going to see quite a few of them.
That is awesome. Well, we're hoping to just take a quick walkthrough, have you guys show us some of the great things that you've got going on here, and just be able to showcase the facility and everything you guys are doing.
Yeah, we're going to start in the pavilion area here,
okay.
the only outside of the facility that we have. This is Dale Earnhardt Sr.'s motor coach.
Okay.
And this one is for sale, no joke. We're going to put it, we're going to get a little, anybody who wants to buy it, man, contact the International Motorsports Hall of Fame. But we're going to put it on Facebook Marketplace.
Okay.
Don't think we're going to sell it on Marketplace, but we'll get some good PR out of it. We're going to probably either take it to Mecum or to Barrett-Jackson.
I was going to say Mecum, Barrett-Jackson, or bring a trailer.
Yeah, or bring a trailer, yeah. So there's great history behind it. A matter of fact, Dale Earnhardt Jr. and Cletus McFarlane were here a little bit earlier this year.
Okay.
And they came and toured it. And one of the first things Dale Jr. said when he was stepping up the stairs there, he said, I remember getting my ass chewed out several times in this bus. So that was kind of cool. That's actually on YouTube if you want to check that out.
There you go.
So let's check it out. Let's check out the
right.
bus. This is a Newell diesel and top of the line. As we come in here, hello everybody. We always have to have somebody.
Hello, I've seen you.
Sadly, we have to stage somebody in here because people will steal either the ostrich skin couch or some of the glasses here. But you take a look at it. This is even before they had slides. If you notice, there are no slide outs.
Nothing moves out. Yeah.
Nope. Yeah, and I mean it was top of the line. Television up there. You know, in the cab there were 3 phones. One up there in the driver's seat, one in the crapper, and then one in the bedroom.
That's really ostrich skin.
It is, yeah. So we've got the full-size fridge here.
Look at that.
Yeah, we're on shore power, so everything's working. We've got 3
Okay.
air conditioning units. We got that, man. We got the washer and dryer. So
who would typically travel with him in this? Was this just?
It would be him. It would be, you know, his crew would be here.
Okay.
Other drivers. The history in this thing is unbelievable. You know, the price of the motor coach is going to be driven up tremendously because of the history and because Dale Sr. owned it.
Absolutely, absolutely.
I mean, microwaves. We got a nice shower back here. The bed. If you open up the closets here, you can check them out.
Look at that, cedar closets.
Cedar closets.
That had to be a luxury back then.
Shoot, man. I mean, everything in here was top of the line, but there's the phone.
So would he John Madden this thing? Like he didn't fly, he liked to stay in the motor coach?
Yeah, well, the way a lot of NASCAR drivers do it is that the motor coach, like here in Talladega, if you go to the infield of Talladega, you notice right in the middle, there's a big fenced-in area.
Yep.
There's a playground in there, and that's where the motor coaches go for the drivers and their families and everything. And so that's what that's where this would be parked.
Okay, gotcha.
So odds are he probably had somebody, you know, drive it to and from. You want to sit in the driver's seat? Yeah, sit in the driver's seat.
All right, let's do it.
Yeah. Excuse us.
So somebody would bring it to the event,
Yep.
set it up, so when he got here, he could just jump in it, and it was his home away from home.
Exactly. Yep.
Yeah, and we've seen those infields on several of the tracks that we sponsor events at. It really seems like it's a community environment. All the drivers seem like they know each other very well. Their kids get together. I know we got races coming up in a couple weeks that are going to be on Halloween weekend. We've always seen them do, parades. The kids get all dressed up and do everything. They go trick-or-treating from holler to holler, picking up stuff. So that's kind of cool to see that.
Yeah, I mean, it's a family. You think about it. They spend, you know, most of the year together.
Yeah, I would imagine.
Whether they like each other or not. I mean, the families are together and everything.
Well, that's like a family. There's always somebody in the family that you don't necessarily like.
Exactly, yep.
Very cool.
Yeah, so we've got, obviously, it's an open exhibit. You know, and I was talking earlier, we can only open this thing up race week because we have to have volunteers in here.
Right.
So on race week, Thursday through Sunday is when it's actually open.
Okay.
Other than that, it's an exhibit that is closed, you know, basically 50 weeks out of the year. And I love it. The history and the people love to go in and out of it. But again, we've got an exhibit that's closed 50 out of 52 weeks a year. And
Yeah.
that's, so what we're going to do is we're going to sell that, and the proceeds we get from the sale of the bus will go to the renovation of one of the buildings we have here. And we'll take a look at that here in just a little bit.
Awesome.
So this is our newest exhibit. We opened this April of this year, right before the race.
Okay.
This is the Allison room. And on the outside, this is really what put NASCAR on the map, the 1979 Daytona 500, the fight between the Allison brothers,
Yep.
Donnie and Bobby, ganging up on Cale Yarborough, who was about yay high.
Right.
And some of the pictures are great. You look at Bobby Allison here and Cale Yarborough, and then some up here, Cale Yarborough doing a little kung fu chop up there.
It's literally, this is the footage that you see replayed over and over again on every highlight reel of every NASCAR race that there is.
Exactly.
And I don't really know if you're going to find another family that has 4 drivers in the family.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I think everybody thinks of Earnhardt as the first family of NASCAR.
Yeah.
But the reality is the Allison family doubled up on them.
Yep.
I mean, you got 4 unbelievable drivers spanning 3 or 4 decades of racing.
Yeah. Yeah, and we opened this room, and it was great. We had Mike Helton, former president of NASCAR. Almost all the Allisons were here. The daughters, Liz was here. And we've got, Clifford, Donnie, Davey, and Bobby, the 4 Allisons everybody pretty much remembers from the racing scene. And when you think about especially Bobby and his wife, because you have Clifford Allison over here, and Clifford was the lesser known driver of the 2 boys, but Clifford, killed in a practice session in Michigan in August of '92. And then the very next year, not even a year later, Davey Allison dies in the helicopter crash in the infield here at Talladega that Red Farmer was also in the helicopter. So you think about Bobby and his wife losing 2 sons within a year, basically. And it's really tragic because Davey was really getting in the prime, really, of his racing.
Yep.
And this is, one of the cool things here about the International Motorsports Hall of Fame, we don't have cars that somebody built in their garage. We don't have cars that, I'd sure like to have one that looked like this. These are the cars.
This is it. This was on the track.
This is it. We have several cars that run here. We take them to shows. We take them to other tracks when they call us and ask if they have, any type of anniversary type deal. So this one here, as you take a look in it, this one here actually won the 1986 Winston 500 here at Talladega.
Okay.
This was the actual car that won. And I've got some great volunteer mechanics that come in and keep everything up to date, swapping engines out when needed, fluids. But one of the really crappy parts of this job is that the cars that run, you got to keep them, the fluids fresh and everything.
It's got to be driven.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, it pains me, this part of the job, but I slide in here and I take it out there on Speedway Boulevard. And a lot of times I'll pass cops and they just wave. But to be able to take, and I'll point out the other cars that run as well that I take out. But it's such a fun job here. And this is one of the perks of being able to be the executive director. Get in this car and drive it.
I would imagine driving this down Speedway Boulevard, passing a cop, that's like a free pass. Because they're looking at the car and they're in awe more than anybody else is, just seeing it out on the street.
It has been so far.
Fingers crossed.
Yeah, and they got to catch me too. I know for a fact this thing will do at least 190. Now, I know they got some Dodges out there, the troopers have. I don't know if they'll hit 190 or not. So they got to catch me. This is a cool thing here. This is Bobby Allison's actual championship trophy, his 83 Winston Cup champion trophy. And this is cool. You don't get to see a whole lot of these in person. So this is
very cool.
Yeah, this is cool. And all the other trophies. Again, these aren't relics. These are actual trophies.
These are the actual trophies.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And you take a look at some of the pictures. This is one of my favorite pictures here. Here's Bobby riding the 10-speed. and then the kids. And you look how, young Clifford and Davey are there.
Yep.
And just other pictures, here are the Allisons and Neil Bonnet. And some of the other pictures I really love is when you got guys like Allison and Earnhardt up here.
Yep.
And then the classic, Earnhardt. Look at the hair and the mustache, man. But looking at some of these pictures, and again, Victory Lane here with Davey. But the history here is just phenomenal.
So cool.
Excuse me, guys.
And so cool that you're able to actually get it into one space for people to be able to experience
Yep.
in a moment.
So here we, let's see, we'll take a gander here. We've got, a lot of this room is dedicated to the Alabama gang.
Yep.
That's the Allisons, Red Farmer I was just mentioning. Here's one of the classics from Red Farmer. This is part of Double Thunder, the Neil Bonnet number 12 Budweiser car. You may remember that Junior Johnson owned this one and the number 11 Darrell Waltrip. So you had the 11 Budweiser, the 12 Budweiser, Waltrip, and Bonnet. It was Double Thunder. And we've got both cars here, which is pretty cool. But here, again, this is pretty much all Alabama. We've got Donnie Allison's old Sonny King Ford right here. This one runs, so get to take this one out. This one is of all the cars that run, man, this one is the loudest. The old AMC Bobby Allison car.
Love it.
Tina Gordon, and for those from Alabama that are watching Sticks and Stuff, you probably remember that commercial. If you're not from Alabama, you're thinking, what is he talking about? Here's a Clifford Allison car. Again, that's one of the sons of Bobby that was killed. And then we've got Davey Allison. Now, the cool thing is, right before you got here, Joey Knuckles, he was the crew chief for Davey Allison in this car, Battlestar. And Joey Knuckles was here. And this is the first time Joey Knuckles has seen this car basically since it was on the track in '87.
Crazy.
So he came here. I thought he was going to be in tears, honestly, because he and Davey Allison were best friends. And he was the crew chief. So he came, and we got a bunch of pictures with him, and we did some social media stuff. And he was talking about the car and, just all the cool history that goes with a car like this. And, he's kind enough. He said he'll throw an engine in here. He's going to get this thing running for us. We're going to ship it up to North Carolina and get it running. Let's go through here. So
okay.
If I'm talking too much, tell me, man.
No, man, this is great. This is, we're literally getting a history lesson as we walk through this place.
And again, it's more than just NASCAR. If it's got wheels, we've got it. And it's, the race mentality is what we have. The International Motorsports Hall of Fame, not the NASCAR Hall of Fame, not the car Hall of Fame. We've got a little everything.
Yeah, we had a chance to walk through a little earlier, and it was motorcycles and trucks and open wheel and top fuel dragsters and NASCAR cars and ARCA cars and anything you can think of.
Yep.
Which is crazy because you got a little bit of everything in here.
Soapbox derby car. I mean, little everything. Yeah, let's look at this one. This is crazy right here. All right. So this one here, did you look and see? Oh, this one here. Did you look and see how fast this thing goes? You can't look up on the wall.
No, I didn't.
Right. So some crazy fool got in this thing and did 155 miles an hour. Look at that thing.
In a go-kart.
152, my bad. I gave him a couple extra miles.
Okay.
152 in a go-kart. Look at the freaking exhaust on it. Can you imagine? You got to have big kahunas to do that.
Now, does it run? Have you taken it out?
I have not, no. You want to get in it? It's Thursday. The track's free.
The track's free today,
There shouldn't be anything going on there. But you see, I mean, all the different stuff, and we try to give the experience of racing too. What happens when somebody stops, pit row and they can see what's going on.
Yeah, one of the things that we noticed as we were walking through is you really get a sense of the history and how things have evolved. You have a display in one of the rooms that shows helmets over the years. And the first helmet looks like somebody cut a volleyball in half and put a rubber band underneath it.
Yeah.
And then you go to the open face helmets, and of course today the helmet is a technological wonder.
Yeah.
But you think back to those guys that were racing in the 60s and 70s, open face helmet, smoking a cigarette while they're driving the car.
Yeah.
It was a completely different world.
Yeah, and there's a great, you mentioned that, there's a great picture back in the Allison room and it's Bobby Allison in the car. I don't know if they had a red flag delay. He's sitting there reading the Birmingham news in the car, just waiting for it to come back into action. But here's a classic Red Farmer dirt track car.
Okay.
And this is, I love the look of these cars right here. I mean, it's just a cool looking car. And then we've got, you know, talking about the Allisons, some people forget about Eddie Allison, one of the older brother of Bobby and Donnie. There was another Allison. He was an engine builder.
Okay.
And so, you know, he built the engines for the Allison, especially when they were first getting started in South Florida and then moving up here to the Birmingham area. This is a real popular exhibit here. So these 4 vehicles are all wrecks that happen on the NASCAR circuit.
Okay.
And when I came in about a year and a half ago, excuse me. When I came in about a year and a half ago, it was more of a static display.
Okay.
You looked at the cars, but what I decided to do is like, look, you know, they look pretty torn up, but we need to show the wrecks. So we added this big old television, and we got the video from the wrecks from ESPN. Didn't have high definition television back
Sure.
in the 80s for the most part, but you can look and see these wrecks, and you can reminisce, and then go and literally stand like those people are right there. They can stand right over the car and see. They're showing the Michael Waltrip crash that happened in Bristol. Michael Waltrip, may remember, he hit the gate and basically split the car
in half.
open.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I mean, his feet were on the ground when the car came to a standstill. And it's amazing. Joey Knuckles, again, the former crew chief for Davey Allison, as we were walking around earlier today, he was saying, he said, these 4 cars actually saved so many lives because NASCAR
took them and made safety innovations based on them.
Exactly.
And if we walk over to Michael's car right now, it's
crazy. Look at it, man.
It's crazy scary to see what the seat position ended up in. I mean,
and Michael Waltrip's feet, were right here. They were on the track after the wreck. Yeah.
I mean, to think that he didn't lose his legs in this. But again, this is where you see the evolution of safety in racing, and seeing, you know, the obviously upsetting visual of what one of these cars looks like.
Yep.
To what you see when you see a car that has a catastrophic wreck today, and they just jump out of the car.
Yeah.
Because the cage is different, and the safety is different. Everything, the way the car is engineered, is different. And it's because of wrecks like this, because they were able to learn what they needed to learn to make those innovations.
Yeah, exactly. And one of the things Joey Knuckles was pointing out is, like in this particular wreck here, the tubing got thicker to help with more safety measures there, and it's amazing. I mean, all 4 of these guys just walked out. Mike Harmon, I mean, he raced the next day. I mean, it's
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yep. So we'll go over to building number 2 here. This building number 2 has got some really cool stuff in it. And again, talking about how here at the International Motorsports Hall of Fame, more than just NASCAR, there's a lot of NASCAR in this room because of the Alabama gang. But building number 2 houses some pretty crazy vehicles. So as we walk this way, this is the Alabama Auto Racing Pioneers display. And this is basically all of the short track racing in the state of Alabama.
Yep.
Days gone by. Now you have to put really thick boots on because old guys like right here, there's a lot of stories that are told here.
We had to wash off after we came in here the first time.
They need boots.
But the question that we asked, because of course my last name is Cantrell, we found Ronald Charlie Brown Cantrell as an inductee, and we learned the story that he was a police officer in Birmingham, and he couldn't race under his own name because the police didn't want him to race under his own name, so he had to come up with the name Charlie Brown. So that was his racing name, his racing persona. Now I haven't figured out if I'm related to him yet or not, but if there's a way for me to figure that out, I'm going to now because obviously he's a Hall of Fame.
I've asked around to people that might know Charlie Brown, and some people knew him, but they didn't know that much about him.
Yep.
You know, to know if he moved here from somewhere else or what. But I think he was a Birmingham policeman, and you know, couldn't race. And he raced from like the early to mid 60s till the early 70s, something like that. And raced mostly cadet cars is what I remember.
Got it.
I did get a hold of Charlie Brown's teacher, and I can give you a quote.
There you go. Let's hear it.
Wah, 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 wah.
Classic.
Dad joke. Thanks,
Classic.
guys. Hey,
All
look,
right, now
I'm
while
a
we're
dad
on
to
our-
5 kids, man, so
I
I'm
got
full
you.
of
Hey,
dad
I'm
jokes.
a dad of 5 as well. So
Really?
I got you. Jackson's the youngest, right here behind the camera.
Ah, the baby.
Now, as we're walking to the next room, maybe we can just touch base real quick on the airplane, because this is the World Motorsport Hall of Fame.
Mm-hmm.
How did an airplane make its way here?
Bobby Allison's airplane.
Bobby Allison's airplane.
Bobby Allison, he piloted many an airplane, and this is one of them that was donated to us. And it's pretty cool. Again, I mean, I said earlier, if it's got wheels, we'll probably have it. Well, it's got wheels. They're tucked up under there.
Underneath.
Wings,
Yep,
propellers. I mean, we'll take anything here. Over 130 vehicles. So as we walk into this room, this is this couple of crazy vehicles in here. So we walk in here, and again, we got some really older automobiles here that shows the history and you know how things progressed. A 53 Sprint car, a 56 STP, Studebaker, which are pretty cool. This one here is a bit on the crazy side. This is the first gasoline-powered vehicle to go over 400 miles an hour, 415.
Okay.
And this one, I don't know. You want to get in it? Yeah, come on, man, get in it. Seriously. So you get in here, and you know, if you look at it, look at the camera right here. This looks like something that like a short track would put together. You got toggle switches and knobs, and then you just got some Sharpie highlighting writing on it.
I love that.
Yeah, climb in there, seriously.
So 415 miles an hour.
Yes.
You're basically driving a rocket.
You are. A gas-powered rocket. Uh-oh, we may not get them out. Oh, crap.
Oh, don't lock it on me. I'm gonna be claustrophobic.
Somebody get some butter.
Good Lord.
There ain't much room in there, let me tell you.
Woo! You should have warned me first. I needed some Vaseline.
Well, if you can't
Slip down
figure
in
out
there.
that's a tight fit without looking in there. Yeah, this is...
I think I'd be claustrophobic once you put the lid down on it.
Yeah, it is pretty crazy. So this one here, this is crazy too.
This
one
looks
here,
even smaller from a cockpit perspective.
Yeah. I mean, it's when you really look in there, you've got a little bitty steering wheel in there. I mean, it looks like you're piloting a jet basically. But this one here, this one actually did over Mach 1. So this one broke the sound barrier. Did you? You're looking at it. A lot of people. One of the things I like to ask people, I say, how many horsepower do you think is in it? Oh man, it's got more than a Hellcat. That's probably 900, 1,000 horsepower. Well, this thing is actually powered by a Sidewinder missile. A freaking missile is what guided us down. 48,000 horsepower.
48,000.
That's crazy. And for you to get in it, or for anybody to get in this thing, in this case, Stan Barrett, and
Now, is this it right here? This is the opening, right?
this is the opening. We got a lock on this one.
Good Lord, that is so small.
Yeah. I don't think you and I could squeeze in there.
How big was Stan Barrett? Was he a small guy?
I don't think he was a big guy.
Yeah.
If he was a big dude, I don't think he got out of there very easily.
Now,
But
this did 739.666 miles per hour at Edwards Air Force Base.
Mm-hmm.
So effectively the Southern California version of the Bonneville Salt Flats.
Exactly. Yeah. And this again, Mach 1.01. So it broke the sound barrier.
Do you have any idea what the driving span was that got him to that speed? Like, how far did he have to drive to get up to that speed?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how far. Because when you go to Bonneville or you go and you're trying to set a speed record.
Yeah.
You go to one end, your timer's still going, you turn around, you got to come the other way. Yeah. So there's a lot of factors that are into this thing, but some of the thing again. I mean, I can't even imagine. So you go 0 to 140 in 1 second. 1 second, 0 to 140. You're doing 400 miles an hour. 1, 2, 3. You're hitting 400 miles an hour that quick. Yeah, 5 Gs on top. 5
That is
Gs.
crazy.
Yeah.
And you're on 3 wheels.
Yeah, exactly.
Not 4, you're on 3.
All right, so you're old like me. Hal Needham. Does this ring a bell?
Hal Needham, the name rings a bell.
All right, so Hal Needham and Burt Reynolds were big buddies.
Okay.
Smokey and the Bandit.
Yep.
Hal Needham and Burt Reynolds are the ones that came up with Smokey and the Bandit, and Hal, I think, was the director. I think Cannonball Run 2, which is underrated classic, Cannonball Run, they also teamed up together for that one.
You're missing a Cannonball Run car here. We got to figure that out.
Yeah, we got to figure out which one. I don't know which one we need.
Now,
All right, so-
obviously, some of the most recognizable cars
Yes.
in NASCAR right here. You got Junior's number 8. You got Senior's number 3.
Yeah. This car, this is one of our most popular cars. I mentioned earlier when we were on the Earnhardt Senior bus that Junior and Cletus were here. So they came to this car, and it was really, really neat to hear Junior talk about this car because he was talking about how, and all this thing did was win. So this won Daytona 1 time, it won Talladega 3 times, and it came in second at Daytona 4 other times.
Okay.
And for the real Earnhardt fans, this is the baseball themed car. And on top of that, this is the car Junior was driving when his dad was killed in Daytona.
Yeah.
So the history behind this car is just absolutely phenomenal. And that's what I was talking earlier about. These aren't show cars. These aren't something somebody built. This is a car that, with all that history, people can get up close and personal.
And you're looking at the front end of the car. You're looking at the tape that they put on the car to tape it up when it got in a little scuffle at the last race it was in.
Yep.
I mean, this is it, straight from the track to the museum.
And Junior talked about that. He actually bent down here and he talked about the paint, the tape and everything, and how that tape they'd get it mushy, and that just that little bit of extra in racing, get it mushy and be able to use it to his advantage with a car in front of him. I mean, it's crazy the way, and he's looking in here, and again, here's a cool thing. You got to bring the camera over here. Let's see what's good here. Pull this down. So when you look inside this thing, if you go and look in that piece of paper right there, there's a piece of paper inside of this Dale Earnhardt Jr. classic car, and it's a scripture from Psalm. And on the bottom of it, you'll see it's signed Stevie. And the history behind that is many years ago, Stevie Waltrip, the wife of Darrell Waltrip, another classic NASCAR driver, she started it with Dale Sr.
Okay.
She would write a letter or a scripture to Dale Sr. before a race, and Dale Sr. would put it in his car. And it carried on to Dale Jr. And that's what that piece of paper is, written by Stevie Waltrip, Darrell's wife, to Dale Earnhardt Jr., and it remains in there. And again, just some cool history.
What a great way to have a constant reminder of who's riding along with you.
Yep, exactly.
Yeah.
And then, of course, and here's another cool thing about these cars, is that if you look at the hood right here, you got to get close on the hood. That's confetti. That's Victory Lane.
Victory Lane
That's
confetti.
Victory Lane confetti. Pretty cool. We
That
got
is
several
super
cars that have that on there. And of course, the classic Dale Earnhardt
Yep.
Sr. You know, that's don't have to say a whole lot about that guy.
No, I mean, it's this car speaks for itself. And it's in the right spot in the room, in the very center, because that's where it belongs.
Yep.
Of course, you got Michael's car right here.
This one won the Daytona 500. Same thing. And if you look at it, you look closely, and a lot of winning cars will do this. Pit crew, family, they'll all sign it. And if you look close, you can see all kinds of different signatures on there from family and crew chief.
Now, is this the car that won the year Senior passed?
Good question. Let me double check on that. No, it was not.
Okay, because
Yeah.
that year would have been Michael first. It would have been Dale Jr. second.
Yep.
Just ahead of the wreck that happened
Right, yeah.
on turn 3 there.
Same thing, confetti. You see confetti on the car in Victory Lane. All right, so check this one out. John Force. We got this one December of last year.
Okay.
When working on John donating a car, and he donated a car. And anybody who knows anything about NHRA knows that this guy, I mean, he's the creme de la creme. The all-time winningest driver and the all-time winningest owner. And so he donated this car to the International Motorsports Hall of Fame. All right, get your muscles out. Check this thing out. We're going to lift up the hood.
All
Get
right.
the cameras over here because this thing's heavy. And when you take a look at the engine, keep going up. You take a look at what's under there. And my goodness, can you imagine?
Sitting
Unbelievable.
behind that.
Yeah, I mean, you see the cockpit, if you will, of this thing. But you know, NHRA, you know, they rebuild the motor after every run. So I mean, they make a run, they strip it down, and they rebuild the engine after every run.
So I don't want to have a commercial in the middle of our video, but what you just said is something that I don't think many people recognize. This is probably one of the most high performance engines in the world.
Mm-hmm.
And the higher the performance the engine is, the more you have to maintain it.
Exactly.
So in the world that we live in at NextGen, we deal with high performance detailing products. And some of the products that we provide are carbon ceramic coatings that go on vehicles to keep them shiny, to keep them clean, to keep them from, you know, from getting beat up. But people always ask us, well, I thought once I put that coating on, I'd never have to wash my car again. And I'm like, no, it's just the opposite. Once you put the coating on, you have to maintain it because it's a high performance coating. Mm-hmm. And we always use the example of an NHRA car because you've got a car that has maybe the greatest engine that's ever been built for motorsports, especially from a burst of speed. And literally it runs for 4 seconds. And then they take it all down and they build it all back up again because that's what's required to maintain the engine.
Yep.
Yeah.
Crazy. Let's see. Let's hit this car over here. So this car's got some great history too.
Oh, the Neil Bonnet number 72.
Yep. So Neil Bonnet drove this car. The owner of the car, you see Griffin, Pee Wee Griffin. Pee Wee Griffin was a legendary short track driver, especially in South Florida and then in the Southeast. Pee Wee Griffin always had that 72, always had that the design, that style of 72. Now the history on this car and Pee Wee Griffin and Gary Hot Shoes Blue, another guy just like Pee Wee, really great racer, always had the best equipment, the best car, and they were heck of drivers too.
Okay.
But they were running drugs out of their cars and haulers all across the Southeast. Both of them did prison time. So what would happen on these cars, I don't know about this one particularly, but I mean, you can go online and look up Pee Wee Griffin and Gary Blue. And I've watched those guys drive Hialeah, Palm Beach down in South Florida all the time, every Friday and Saturday night. But what they would do is they would give cars to other drivers or in their haulers. And they would run the drugs all through the Southeast. And that's how they distributed it. And that's how they got so much money and had the best equipment and won every Friday and Saturday night. But again, you know, stupid game, stupid prizes.
Now, have you had the opportunity to fully inspect this vehicle to make sure that there's no residue or leftovers?
I'm not even kidding. Every race weekend that we have here, they do bring drug dogs in. It was here earlier this morning. Not even kidding. None of them hit on it yet.
That's great. That's great.
But some great history behind these cars. Alan Kowicki, you know, the Polish victory lap.
Yep.
Classic. You know, the owner, driver. He was obviously a well-beloved driver and owner. Then we're going to go into our building one. This is the one we're about to renovate. Got $1.5 million renovation. And it's pretty cool because we've got a great collection coming in. Thank you, Al. Thank you very much.
So building one is your oldest building, your oldest to have been renovated. So you're getting ready to go through a brand new renovation project.
Right. Yep.
And tell us a little bit about that. What's going to happen in here? What are we going to see differently than what we're about to walk into?
We are excited. As we walk through the stained carpet, as we have some leaks here, unfortunately, in the windows, and we look at this room. This is the same room as the first room we went in with the Allison cars and the Alabama gang. It's the round, it's got the middle part there to showcase some cars. But as you look around, you know, the floor is outdated. You've got the beach scene, and it just looks like 1984 when we opened the International Motorsports Hall of Fame.
When we actually walked through this room earlier, I felt like I was in a Daytona setting because of the beach mural on the wall.
Yeah, we need, if we're going to do a Talladega setting, we need a Speedway Speedway Boulevard. Guys selling wood, you know, pictures on the side, beads, boiled peanuts. Not a beach scene in Talladega. I don't know what they were thinking about when they did this.
And when we were driving in today, we saw every one of those
Yeah,
guys.
I know, that's why I said it. Did you stop for any?
We didn't stop. We were focused on getting here, but on the way out, we might stop for some of those boiled peanuts.
Yeah, $5 shower out there too. I saw that sign.
$5 shower. Actually, the one we saw was 10, so it must have been a luxury.
Yeah, that $5 was no hot water. 10 must have had hot
Yeah,
water.
there you go.
But again, you look at this room. Before we look at the cars in here, the plan for this room, like you were asking, we've got a Adam Carolla has been kind enough to lend us his $14 million Paul Newman race car collection.
Okay.
And it's everything from Porsches, we got a Ferrari, we've got all kinds of vehicles in this collection. And Adam Carolla was here about a month or so ago helping us with our car show, doing some fundraising. But we are going to completely redesign this building. As soon as this race is over, we're closing it down, moving the cars out. And like take for instance here, it's a great Harry Gant car, just got inducted into the NASCAR Hall of Fame. So as we look here, all the walls will be black. So we'll have a Paul Newman car sitting here. We'll have an HD projector sitting here. And behind the car on the wall will be the video of this particular car,
okay,
of it running, and anything, maybe Paul Newman talking about the car, Carolla talking about the car. And then we'll have directional speakers above, very directional. So again, we've got 14 cars we're gonna have on the outside.
So you're gonna have these pocket displays where you're standing in the display, you're hearing what's going on for that vehicle, you're watching it on the screen. You're able to see and be immersed in that particular vehicle. Then you move to the next one, you get to see it all over again.
Exactly. Literally from me to you, I will not be able to hear the speaker.
Okay.
Because we don't want 14 speakers competing, and that's why it's a directional, these things aren't cheap, man, I can tell you that. These directional speakers over each individual car.
And I would imagine with the Newman collection coming in, that's owned by Adam Carolla, this is gonna broaden the overall experience, because I didn't see many cars that were like International GT or IMSA style cars. And that's where a lot of Newman's racing happened.
Correct.
So you're going to pick up a whole brand new segment of racing by bringing that collection in-house.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And
Very cool.
Yeah, we are looking forward to it. It's going to be a great addition here, and it is going to be pretty cool. But that's, I mean, this is, again, 30,000 square feet. Over 130 vehicles here, and a little bit of everything, airplanes to motorcycles to you name it. Man, we appreciate you guys coming and checking it out.
Man, thank you so much for giving us a tour. This has been awesome. We're gonna try to put this together, share it with all of our family online, and we'll make sure that we are promoting you guys, trying to drive traffic down here, because with what you guys have got going on, people cannot miss this.
I agree. Thanks so much for coming.
Thanks so much.
All right, thanks.
Appreciate it.